In the previous episode, we uncovered some of the darkest secrets of the Euros, but that was just the beginning. Now it's time to dive even deeper. In this episode, we'll take a look back at the tournament's history and revisit some of the strangest events that have ever happened. From controversial decisions to shocking moments that left football fans speechless. And of course, we'll continue exposing the hidden truths that many don't want you to know. Are you ready for more shocking revelations? This episode is going to be more thrilling than ever. Euro 2004 is considered one of the most surprising tournaments in the history of the European Championship. Portugal, as the host country, introduced the mascot Kainas for the tournament, a small, energetic boy. During the opening ceremony, the Portuguese made a bold statement with a banner depicting the country's historical explorers, emphasizing their dominance and strength. With players like Luis Figo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Deco, Portugal's national team appeared to be one of the favorites, and their squad seemed intimidating to other teams. However, they faced a huge shock in their opening match, where they were defeated by Greece, a team that was considered one of the weakest in European football at the time. Greece managed to qualify for the knockout stages ahead of Spain by scoring more goals, despite being considered underdogs. After Latvia, who qualified for their first ever tournament, Greece became the second surprise team that no one expected to win the tournament. In the final group, the Netherlands, with stars like Arjen Robben, Edwin van der Sar, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Edgar Davids, faced the Czech Republic in a memorable match. The Czechs, featuring players such as Petr Cech, Pavel Nedved, and Milan Baroš, managed to defeat the Netherlands and progressed to the knockout stages. There, they faced Denmark and won, advancing to meet Greece, who had stunned France. Golden generation players like Zinedine Zidane, Thierry Henry, and Claude Makélélé in an unexpected win. In the semi-finals, Greece shocked the world by defeating the Czech Republic 1-0 with a golden goal in the 105th minute, becoming the first team to qualify for a final under the golden goal rule. Greece's next test was the final match against the host nation, Portugal. This was a repeat of the opening match between Portugal and Greece, but this time Portugal was determined to take revenge. However, Greece, with their characteristic style of play, winning 1-0 with a header from a right-wing cross, won the final and became the champions of Euro 2004. This victory was one of the most unexpected in football history, but Greece made it happen. What made Greece's victory even more remarkable was their consistent style of winning all their knockout games by the same 1-0 scoreline, all through headers from crosses. It became a symbol of their resilience and tactical discipline. Euro 2004 was also one of the most watched tournaments in history. Fans were able to purchase 77% of the tickets for each match, though they could only buy a maximum of 4 tickets for one match in a day, which led to some complaints from the fans. In response to this, UEFA introduced a new category of tickets called Follow My Team, which allowed fans to watch all of their team's matches in the tournament. Another controversial aspect of Euro 2004 was the surprising elimination of Italy in the group stage. Italy, with stars like Gianluigi Buffon, Andrea Pirlo, and Fabio Cannavaro, was expected to be a strong contender. However, despite their star power, Italy's early exit became one of the biggest shocks of the tournament, leaving many fans and pundits stunned at how a team with so many talented players could fail to progress. They faced Sweden, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored a historic and incredible goal, which created a huge problem for Italy. However, the strangest event occurred in the last game of the group stage when Denmark and Sweden drew 2-2 in a suspiciously strange manner, allowing both of them to qualify. The only condition for their advancement was a 2-2 draw, and this result led to Italy's elimination from the competition. In an incredibly strange way, all 4 teams in the group ended up with 5 points, and Sweden and Denmark advanced due to having a higher goal difference. The suspicious draw between Sweden and Denmark led to protests from the Italians, who claimed match fixing, but they could not prove it. This tournament was full of surprises and strange events. Another noteworthy event was when Germany, with stars like Ballack, Oliver Kahn, Klose, and Schweinsteiger, drew 0-0 with Latvia. This result was completely unexpected, but it happened. Another surprise in the tournament involved the England team, one of the most star-studded teams. David Beckham, Steven Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, and Wayne Rooney were some of the renowned names in England's powerful team. England was eliminated by Portugal in a penalty shootout, but the penalty that led to England's exit became a historic moment. David Beckham took the shot, sending the ball over the goalpost and even over the stadium, so much so that the ball went outside the stadium and efforts to find it were made. Later, someone who found the ball sold it for a high price, turning the penalty into a strange and historic moment. Euro 2008 had many contenders for hosting, but Austria and Switzerland were eventually chosen. To unveil the mascot, they decided to use one mascot with two characters because they were joint hosts. The mascots were named Trix and Felix, each representing one of the host countries with different colors. Turkey, as a surprise, managed to reach the semi-finals of this competition, but due to injuries to 9 of their players, they entered the game with less strength. However, they managed to keep the game tied 2-2. In the final minutes, Germany scored the winning goal, but suddenly, all broadcast signals of the match were cut off, and no one except the people in the stadium knew what was happening. This signal interruption happened due to lightning at the live broadcast station in Austria. Switzerland, as a co-host, quickly provided the broadcast signals of their SF1 channel for the world to watch so that people could continue watching the game. However, German fans were very upset that they couldn't see their team's winning goal. Eventually, Germany advanced to the final, while Spain, after 44 years, broke their curse and reached the final, becoming champions of this Euro with a goal from Fernando Torres. Another strange fact of this tournament involved Ivan Klasnic, who had undergone 2 kidney surgeries 15 months before the Euro. There were doubts about his participation, but he regained full health and even scored in Euro 2012. During the 2012 Euro, before the match between France and the Netherlands, Dutch fans made a historic show of support for their team by traveling to Bern, Switzerland, with more than 100,000 people, which suddenly doubled the population of the Swiss federal capital. The police investigation into this event was ongoing, and rumors circulated that the 2 people who lost their lives outside the stadium in the terrorist attack were supporters of the Swedish team. The game was suspended with the result hanging in the balance and was never replayed. The next journey for football fans was to Poland and Ukraine, the 2 co-hosts of Euro 2012. These 2 countries, following the example of the previous tournament's hosts, also used a dual-character mascot. The twins, Slavek and Slavko, were each designed in the colors of their respective host nations' flags, even dyeing their hair to match the flags of Poland and Ukraine. In Euro 2012, the strangest incident was the suspension of the Ukraine versus France match due to heavy rain. The game was halted for about 55 minutes until conditions were suitable for play to resume. In the end, Spain, with its legendary golden generation, won the championship once again, defeating Italy in the final. The next unusual event occurred in the Euro 2016 final. France, the host country, introduced a new and unique mascot, a football superhero named Super Victor, a football character with the ability to fly, equipped with a magical cape and football boots, quickly became one of the most popular football mascots. In the final match of the tournament, Portugal and France reached the final, and all eyes were on Cristiano Ronaldo. However, early in the match, he suffered an injury and with tears in his eyes, left the pitch. Despite being off the field, he continued cheering for his teammates and took on a coaching role, guiding them from the sidelines. In the end, Portugal won 1-0, securing their first ever major international title and granting Ronaldo his long-awaited national team trophy. However, 2020 was marked by the COVID-19 pandemic, which created challenges and disruptions in both football and everyday life. As a result, Euro 2020 was postponed to 2021. And in a groundbreaking decision, UEFA chose not to assign a single host nation. Instead, the matches were held across multiple European countries. To commemorate the 60th anniversary of the European Championship, a freestyler was introduced as the tournament's official mascot. By 2021, with vaccinations providing a safer environment, fans returned to stadiums. However, a tragic event shook the football world during the Denmark versus Finland match. Danish footballer Christian Eriksen, who was playing for Tottenham at the time, suffered cardiac arrest mid-match and collapsed on the pitch. His teammates quickly gathered around him while medical staff rushed to his aid. The match was suspended, and Eriksson was taken to the hospital. Thanks to the efforts of the medical team, he survived but had to stay away from football for a while. Football is more than just a sport, and this has been proven on many occasions. The idea that a single action from a football star could cause the stock value of major companies to crash is not unrealistic. During the Euro 2021 press conferences, when Cristiano Ronaldo sat down for his interview, instead of drinking the carbonated soft drinks placed on the table, he removed them, grabbed a bottle of mineral water, and drank from it. This small gesture led to a major drop in the stock value of soft drink companies, proving that every moment in football has the power to influence the world. In this tournament, Cristiano Ronaldo also made history by scoring twice against France, reaching a total of 109 international goals, thus equaling the record of Ali Daei for the most international goals scored. During the Euro 2024 tournament, the Germans decided to return the tournament's mascot symbol to the wild and introduced a teddy bear named Albert. As strange events have occurred throughout football history, this edition of the Euro also had memorable and unusual moments. From last-minute goals that rekindled hope for fans to fights that intensified the chaos between the two teams. In the match between Scotland and Hungary, both teams were fighting for survival in Euro 2024. In the second half, Hungary's Varga was knocked unconscious after a severe collision with the Scottish goalkeeper. Medical staff rushed to the field to treat the serious injury. Hungary's captain, Dominik Szoboszlai, made a very humanitarian move, quickly running to the sideline, and with the medical team, they brought the stretcher to Varga so he could be rushed to the hospital. Due to the severity of Varga's injury, players shielded him from the cameras with a cloth. He was taken to the hospital and fortunately regained consciousness. Euro tournaments are always full of drama. England's controversial qualification against the Netherlands led to strong criticism from Netherlands coach Ronald Koeman about the referee. And after the match, Dutch captain Virgil van Dijk said, "The referee immediately ran to the tunnel after the final whistle, which says it all." On the other hand, Germany also complained bitterly about the referee's decisions after their loss to Spain. But despite all the controversy, Spain reached the final, having beaten teams like Italy, Croatia, Germany, and France. They won 2-1 against England and deservedly became the champions, setting a record as the team with the most Euro championships in history, with 4 titles. On the other hand, a young Spanish player made history when, just a day after turning 17, he won the Euro. Lamine Yamal, Spain's teenage star, became the youngest ever goalscorer in Euro history by scoring against France in the semifinals. He also won the tournament's Best Young Player award and made the Euro 2024 team of the tournament. Many fans created a legend about him after seeing an image of him as a child being washed by Messi in a small water area. In the final match, Spain's winning goal was scored by Mikel Oyarzabal, but his celebration was overshadowed by controversy. After scoring, the stadium was filled with fans who were celebrating, but Oyarzabal, overwhelmed with happiness, humbly said, "I did my job. I was lucky to bring the victory. If you're lucky enough to help your team in tough moments, it's the best thing that can happen." However, amidst the celebrations, a storm of controversy erupted in his hometown of Biscayal. A group of unknown individuals hung banners expressing their opposition to Oyarzabal and Mikel Merino's participation in the Spanish national team. The banners said, "No to the Spanish national football team," with the Spanish flag crossed out and the words "traitors" written in Basque, along with a swastika carved into a stone. The Basque people believe that players born in the region should not play for Spain's national football team, as they see it as a betrayal of their Basque roots. Meanwhile, the Spanish players continued to celebrate and parade their victory in Spain. Looking at Spain's success, it's clear that they triumphed with authority. But behind this victory, there was a strange story. The team's coaching staff had chosen to use a wooden cabin in the heart of the Avant Hotel restaurant as their camp instead of golf courses. This cabin had a forest and wood theme with a dark atmosphere that brought tranquility to the Spanish team. Special cameras were used to improve the players' sleep, and during the day, they were given yellow glasses to enhance eye health. Additionally, Spain's team arrived at their accommodations earlier than usual to adjust to the lighting conditions of the stadiums where they were playing. The coaching staff played a significant role in their success. After the final, the sad event was the fact that Harry Kane, despite scoring over 400 goals, once again failed to win a major trophy, leading many to refer to this as his curse. The last unusual event of the tournament came with the Golden Boot competition. The award for the top scorer of the tournament was given to 6 different players, each of whom scored 3 goals, a rare occurrence in Euro history. Dani Olmo, Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, Cody Gakpo, Ivan Scans, and Mikau Tadze each scored 3 goals and received the Golden Boot. However, the 10 own goals scored by defenders became one of the most controversial and strange topics of the tournament. And that was yet another look into the hidden side of the Euros, one of football's biggest tournaments, filled with secrets, shocking moments, and controversial decisions that have shaped its history. But the real question is, have we only scratched the surface? What other mysteries are still buried beneath the spotlight? Are there truths that remain hidden from the public eye? When we look back at football history, we see a game full of unexpected twists, strange events, and moments that make us question whether everything is as it seems. From teams that achieved unlikely victories to players who mysteriously disappeared from the scene. Were these all just coincidences? Or is there something bigger at play that no one dares to talk about? But this is far from over. This was just one piece of the puzzle. If you want us to uncover even more secrets and dive deeper into the mysteries surrounding this tournament, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because in the next episodes, things are going to get even crazier. So get ready. This is only the beginning. The truth always finds its way out, even when some don't want you to know it. Until the next video, stay curious, stay aware, and always seek the truth.